Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm an addict named Derek. I'm back with Addiction Talk and Recovery, Addiction and Recovery Talk, episode 18, with my new co-host, Mike.
What's going on, guys? How we doing today? So, me and Derek, we've been through the journey. Obviously, as you can see, we've gotten our lives to a good place, and that's really the whole goal of the thing. So today, I know I want to talk to the guys who are fresh out, the guys who are just getting their lives back, clean, fresh on the streets, fresh out of rehab, fresh out of jail, fresh out of detox. What you should be doing, some things that you should be doing to get you to where you want to be. There's basically like essentials to life. There's certain things that everybody needs to do if they want to truly be successful. And it all starts with you. You're not being selfish, you're taking care of yourself. And what happens really is we lose purpose, in my opinion.
Yeah, because we get caught up in an addiction that takes control of our lives, every waking moment, our money, our thoughts. It robs us of everything.
As men, we need purpose in life. As a man, you need something to do. You need something to be working for, or else you will turn to a very hedonistic life, like drugs, porn, sitting at home, being a loser. You know, all those things that came along with the drugs. So when we lose that purpose, we need to regain purpose. And you need to find that when you first get out, you've built a bunch of bad habits. I mean, the brain is patterns, the brain is habits. Your life is habits that you've built up. So you're going to build these habits, and they're shit habits. You're worrying about going to the city getting drugs every day. You're worried about talking to loser ass people who you really don't want in your life. You have purpose, but it's all negative. And then when
Mm.
you lose that, you come out of rehab and you're lost. So the brain goes back to those old places
Yeah,
because you're
because it's a
you're
comfort zone,
searching for
even though it's negative.
purpose.
It's
Yes,
it's it's, it's a comfort zone. It's what you're
100%.
used to. And so I know for me, I was I went to a few 1994. I actually tried to get clean January 2nd because I felt like crap how I went into the new year. I didn't get clean until November 5th of that year. I went through a few detoxes, rehabs, and jail a couple times, county jail. So when I finally surrendered and I was ready, I was beaten down. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I was ready to change. Wasn't Nobody had to convince me no more. I was ready to do it. Um, I went to this rehab in Philadelphia, Roxborough section, Salvation Army, and it was like 100 guys in there. I think it was like 20 or 30 girls, and so like they had a weight room in there. So I was always an athlete. Well, I was an athlete growing up, and then I always lifted weights until like the very end of my addiction, where all I wanted to do was get high. I didn't have time to go to the gym. So that was like a refuge for me. Like going into the gym, working out, it was like focusing on like building my body back up because I had lost a lot of weight. Because you don't eat much when you're doing cocaine, and all you want to do is feed yourself poison. So that was positive in me, um, just like wanting to work out and look and feel better. So that's what you know.
And that comes, that's your purpose. That should be your purpose in those early days of your recovery is self improvement.
Mm.
You need to concentrate on you. First off, you can't make anything outside of you as perfect as you dream about it being until you are perfect in here. You need to clean your backyard before you clean anybody else's.
Mm.
You got to take care of you and build you to be the best person that you can be, and then watch all those things around you that you've been wanting to affect and wanting to change. They're going to, without you even have to putting in the effort. when you get on the right vibration and you're doing the right things and you got that high vibration and it's going out to everything around you, things are going to attract to you and morph into what you want. Life turns easy. Life gets real easy. It's not that hard. You don't need an entire self-help book. You don't. It's not that hard. Concentrate on you in those early days, but you need to be strong. First off, if you get a woman and you raise kids and you have a family, God forbid somebody tries to do something to them, you need to have some type of masculinity, some type of strength. You can't be weak. The strong survive. That's not a made-up saying for nothing. It's true.
Right.
Okay? And not only that, you want to be successful in business. You want to own a room. You just want to feel good about yourself. You want to look good. First off, the muscles actually release endorphins that fight against the hormones that cause depression. Okay.
Oh, that must be why I never get depressed.
Exactly.
Very rarely. Like, I don't think I get down like anybody else, but I don't understand depression. I just don't.
Because it's a feeling. It's not a state of mind.
I can't speak on that.
You've been lied to.
Because they think, a lot of people who have it, I mean, that's their experience. I know people who suffer with it, but
listen, I'm PTSD, things like that are definitely diseases.
Right.
I suffered from the disease of depression, like they say, for years. You know what cured it? Me. Deciding that I didn't want to be depressed anymore. And making a change.
Yeah. Okay.
No medication, no therapy, no nothing else.
I'm against medication.
You're the only thing that can change it. It's not a disease. It's a feeling that you get. Yes, rheumatism is actually one of the major causes for depression, which is...
What the hell is rheumatism?
Going through your bullshit constantly.
It's called
constantly
rheumatism?
Dwelling on the negative. Going to therapy 5 times a week. Constantly dwelling on your problems. If you're going and talking about your worst problems 5 times a week for an hour, you're going to feel like shit all the time. Why do you think guys like Robin Williams end up killing themselves? The man was going to 18 hours of therapy a week. And then he was on mind-altering drugs, which they call non-narcotic antidepressant pills. They're mind-altering drugs. Bottom line.
Right.
That's all they are. They're chemicals that change the way you think. They turn you into a zombie. They don't change your life at all, because all those things you're depressed about are still going to be in your life. You're just going to be okay with it. So is that what you really want? You want to just still have all the shitty life you had and just be okay with it? No, you have to self-improve and make that change.
Okay.
And it starts with taking care of your physicality. The mind will start to clear. The brain fog will clear. As you start to exercise and get healthy, you will literally, like I said, the endorphins will fight the depression that you release when you exercise. You're going to have achievements during the day as you get your lifts done, which is another thing that's going to make you feel good about yourself, just getting things done. All this is proven science, so I'm not making this up.
Right. Well, let me say this, because me and you have different, I guess, recovery styles.
100%, yes.
Okay. This is my message, what I want to say. Now, I'm in a 12-step program. So for me, staying clean has to come first. So like the way, I'm just going to tell you my experience. It's just a suggestion. People are going to do what they want to do in life anyway. I'm in a 12-step program. So I got a sponsor. I have a sponsor. I do the 12 steps. I've done them numerous times. I go through the steps. I make meetings regularly. You decide what that is for you. I used to make like a lot of meetings a week, like 4 or 5. 3 at one time. 3 was like my number. Now I make like 1, maybe 2 a week, because I got a lot of stuff that I do. I got my plate is full, and
That's part of your purpose.
Yeah, so like
part of your purpose
I didn't get
was
clean.
to complete those 12 steps.
Yeah, and like well, we don't just. It's not like you get. It's not like I did the 12 steps and I graduate. It's like a continuous thing.
You live them.
I live. Thank you.
Lifestyle.
No doubt. And so like, and then being in service, helping other people, giving back what was so freely given to me. So it's like, you know, and then like I took what I learned there and I reconnected with my higher power, because I always had a higher power, because I used to pray to God that, please let, this is my last $10, please let this crack be real and not fake. I mean, I always talked to God even when I was on drugs.
Yeah.
You know, I just that's just my story. So like, I have a higher power who I talk to every day, and physical fitness is huge for me because like what he was talking about, it makes me feel good about myself. Like I'm like, look at this. I'm like, I feel good about like lifting and like having cardio and being in shape and doing hot yoga and jumping into ice baths and learning breath work, because I tell people all the time, and I've seen it, like you only get one body. You could get another house, you can get another job. You can get. I've had a couple of wives. You can get another girl. I mean, life goes on. You know what I mean? My heart's been broken. I don't know how many times, right? But it always mends. But you only get one of these. If you don't take care of this, brother, it's going to be a major problem. And there's people. I'll be 58 in 2 days, brother. In 2 days, and real talk, this is the best I've ever felt in my life as far as being in physical condition. I got mad cardio. My resting heart rate is always in the 50s, sometimes in the 40s. I do mad cardio. I do hot yoga. I lift weights like 3, 4 times a week at least, maybe sometimes five. Um, um, the yoga takes care of the stretching, and it's an open eye meditation. So like I'm very well rounded in my life, which makes me feel good about myself. Depression doesn't really have a chance with me. You know what I mean? And I do a lot to feel good. I've been doing karaoke lately. I'm not even a great singer, right? But I don't care. I feel good. It's fun. It's something to do that gets me outside of myself, and it's helping me because my plan is to be a model, so I'm using that as a platform to practice doing things in front of a crowd of people that might make you feel a little uncomfortable. Because the first time I did it, to the third time I did it, I sang 3 songs that night, and by the second song, I was ready, and I didn't feel like the jitters or the
Yeah.
nervousness. I was just like, let's just
Yo.
get out there and do it, man.
On that note, as soon as something scares you, that's your cue to go do it.
Fear.
Soon as you get those bubble guts,
Yo,
go.
fear. You know what fear is?
False expectations appearing real.
Wow, I like that. There's a couple of things I want to say. One's positive and one's negative. Fear. Fuck everything and run, or face everything and recover. Like let's like get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and then you start doing things like public speaking, right? I I've been in Narcotics Anonymous. Well, I shouldn't. I'm not supposed to say that. I've been in a 12-step program for 29 years. Excuse me. Sometimes
We're
I'm
just
going to
not
slip.
supposed to talk about the other people.
I'm not supposed to mention them. I'm not supposed to. That's just one of their traditions. But I'm human. I made a mistake. But I've been going to meetings. I remember when I first raised my hand at a meeting. I wasn't even the speaker, and I was in the audience. Dude, when they picked me, I started sweating. I was just like scared, petrified, like, oh my God. And then I remember I got a year clean, and my man was like pushing for me to speak at the meeting. And all day long, I thought about how can I get out of this? And I remember because my clean date's in November, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, all right, it's a little cool out. Let me walk there, like to get my thoughts together and calm down. I get there, he's outside waiting for me, like, yeah. And I was just like, oh my God. But the meeting went on. They do all the readings, and by the time I came to me to start speaking, once I started talking, I was okay. But the anticipation of it, boy, I was going through it. But I've been speaking and doing this stuff for so long, man. It's like I'm basically a public speaker now.
We have more similar styles than you think.
Yeah, I mean, we're in recovery.
Outside that room, we're very similar.
I mean, and I'm open-minded. So maybe years ago, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I grew up in can I say it again, in that 12-step program, and we almost felt like our way or the highway.
Oh, I know how they
If you don't do it our way, you're not going to be successful. You're going to fail. And I know that's not the only way to recover. Like some people go to church, some people just start a business, some people do other things.
You find
purpose. The thing I will say about the way I do it is we have a way of working on ourselves all the time. Like the 12 steps, taking ownership, like working on our character defects, working on, like letting go of the past. So we do work on that, and it works for me. And I don't see no reason to stop doing it after 29 years. And not just that, I'm a big part of the community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It
a,
feels good to be
a
part of
lot
something.
of new people, especially. And when I say new, some of them might have 10 years clean because they when they got there, I was there, and I watched them progress and change and get jobs and get married and have kids and maybe go through bad stuff and get divorced and people die, and I watched them get through that. Because the bottom line, no matter what you do in life, life on life terms, like life is life. People die, you lose jobs, your girlfriend might break up with you, like things happen. You know what I mean? Like, and then what are you gonna do when things don't go your way? You're gonna go back to what you know. Oh, I'm gonna go to the bar and drink, or I'm gonna go get some pills because I don't want to feel this.
That is the weakest thing you can do.
That's-
So if you want to
it
look
doesn't
at
help.
yourself and say, I'm weak, I'm pathetic, do shit like that. You need, and on building off that and
Hmm.
dropping those bad habits and those bad character defects. Listen, reflecting is so important. The only way to get better is to see where you suck and build on that. You need to build on that. You need to find out where you're weak, find out your shortcomings, and build on those
Right,
shortcomings
right.
and fix them. And in dropping those character defects, you then need to replace them with things. You can't just drop stuff. Just like you're dropping the drugs, which when that was your purpose. Now you need to find new purpose, which should be self-improvement in those first at least 90 days. And then you'll get stuck on that, and that'll become most of your life, and then you'll start building that out, and those things will change. Your goals will morph. But those early 90 days need to be concentrated on you and you only. And it will naturally morph out. It will naturally work its way out. You'll start to meet new people. You'll meet good people, no matter where you are. If you're doing the right things for yourself, people see that. People see the changes in you before you see them.
Yeah, here I am.
And they gravitate to that.
58 years, well, I'm almost 58. I got chosen by this lady, me and 5 other people, and she thought that I can have a career in modeling. And we had a Zoom call, and then I had a one-on-one call with the.
You sure she's not on drugs?
And
I'm just
she thought that I have potential to be able to be a model. Getting ready to start studying, training to be a hot yoga instructor in September. I just became a ice bath and breath work. Wim Hof means I have a partner, and we've been doing it at this hot yoga spot um, in Bryn Mawr, PA. And man, like I'm doing stuff, man. That I mean, there's no way in the world I thought I'd be doing some of the things I'm doing. That's was none of this. A lot of this stuff was just not on my radar, man. I mean, I got clean. I had like around 10 years clean. I became an operating engineer, running heavy equipment and cranes. Like I wasn't. It wasn't like I grew up saying I want to be a crane operator one day, but it was like the opportunity came and I was able to do it. And I went through the 4-year apprenticeship and graduated and got my crane license and the CDL. Man, I couldn't even drive a stick. I mean, I've run some equipment, man. It's like $1 million equipment, man, like crazy stuff. Like, I mean, I've done some stuff, and I raised 3 kids by myself, and one of them's not even mine biologically. He's not even the same color as me. You know what I'm saying? And check this out.
listen. Family's family, bro.
Well, put it this way: he's my son.
Yeah.
It's the bottom line. He was 2 years old
And
when I
you're
met
his
him,
father.
and he's 28 now, and I've raised him. And I'm tough on him like any father would be. I think, you know, I mean, and I show him love. I know how to. I know how to because of this program and learning how to do things. I learned how to have tough love, and sometimes I know when to treat somebody with kid gloves too. Because sometimes somebody they beat themselves up so much, you don't have to beat them up. You know what I mean? And so, like, you know, and I got 2 daughters, man, 24 and 21, man. We're close, man, because I raised them by myself, so it made us tight, man. I went to all their games and I went to their practices, and I didn't miss nothing. And I actually thanked their mother, right, years later when she got her life together, because she would get clean and relapse and get clean and relapse. And I remember thanking her one time. I says, because of what you did, it forced me to step my game up. I don't think I would be like the bottom line. I know I talk a lot of shit. I just do because I like to. I grew up that way. I don't mean no harm. I don't mean to act like I'm better than people. It just motivates me because when I talk shit, I feel like I got to back it up. And I became an exceptional person, man. Like
Gotta be a sayer.
I mean,
Just say it, you got to do it.
I tell people I'm not gonna just be a model. I'm gonna be a supermodel. Like I joined this contest, man. I joined the win. I don't let my age hold me back of anything. Like I'm one of the you work at that gym. You're a personal trainer, and I already know what you're gonna say when I ask you this question. Am I one of the hardest working people that go there? I mean, I just am. I don't even have to wait for him to answer because I know I got eyes. I can see, and I know the effort I put into, like in my life, and I want to be. And not only that, I want my kids to have no excuse. I mean, I can outwork all three of them. I could do more than all three of them probably in one day. It'll take all three of them to match what I do, and I have that type of energy. They're like, "Damn, Dad!" Like,
And that just goes to show the strength of the mind.
yeah,
You don't need to worry about, oh, it's too late for this, it's too late for that, I've been doing this for too long. Bullshit.
oh, now
I'm 40 years old. I'm getting in the ring.
Right.
First fight was at
and that's
38.
considered old, right? In the
People
fight
are
world,
retired by then.
exactly.
Are you kidding me?
Come on.
I'm old as shit, dude.
In the fight game,
Yeah,
you're supposed to
I'm
be
dead.
retired.
Yeah.
What are you doing in there? I mean, it's very rare.
By
for
the
somebody.
time I started fighting, I was supposed to be retired. So there's nothing that you
I think
can't
a lot
do.
of us are making up for lost time because I notice a lot of people who get clean.
I know that.
We appreciate this new life, and we, we're like, man, I wasted all that time. So now we want to live,
And
experience stuff. Like you're training people, you're doing what you love to do, man. Like,
because if I can help others become the best version of themselves, then the whole place is going to get better.
And that's
Everything's
a success story,
gonna get
brother.
better everywhere.
Because
we all get better
I
together. We raise up together. We don't claw at the top to drag them down.
Right.
We raise up together.
Right. A lot of us were written off like, he's a piece of crap. Like, he's a crackhead. He's a dope fiend. Or he's this or he's that. Don't trust him. Don't. If you see him coming, going the other side of the street or
my own family kicked me out.
Yeah, because they get sick and tired. You wear them out. You wear them out, and they were supposed to.
That's not because they didn't love me. Don't get me wrong.
They love themselves too. You can't let somebody bring you down. I don't care who it is.
And trust me, now I mean
because they will.
Yeah, we're back now. We're
a drug addict will take you down.
Together now, but
and the drug addict always go for the people that puts up with their crap.
Yeah, and they took my shit until I started literally, like, they kept me housed up until they
couldn't take it no more.
Until I was like digging through their shit and stuff
like
that.
You had to go.
Yeah.
Because at some point you have to.
And it was the best thing that my mother ever did for me.
Yeah, because it made you face your situation.
Because I have family members who haven't had it tough and they're not doing really well.
Yeah, because it's called enabling somebody. A drug addict will wear you to the end, and when they have nowhere to go, no money, nowhere to go. Like nobody trusts them. They can't sleep here. You can't get them to eat. You can't get them money. Then you say to yourself, "I gotta do something." Well, I know. I got to the point where I just was like, "This is not working. This is not fun. I feel like crap. I feel like this big. I don't like the way my parents look at me. I don't like the way my friends are looking at me. I don't like the way I feel.
Mm-hmm.
This is not. I mean, damn. When I started getting high, it was great. What the hell happened? This is a nightmare now. This is total. Every day is. I'm like trying to figure out who am I going to rob, where I want to steal from, and not having fun, man. And so like I enjoy my life today, man. And like I said, man, it's not always gonna go your way. But I don't care who you are. You could be a billionaire. I'm sure they got problems too. It might be health problems. It might be, whatever. Everybody's got something they got to deal with, man. And, like we're here to share our experience of what works for us. And we got clean off of drugs. And a big part of our lives is physical fitness. And, like, I think that's important. I just see a lot of people get clean, and then and there's one guy I knew, he traded drugs for sugar and got obesely overweight, and he died very miserable, lonely in a nursing home during the COVID situation. and he was only a year older than me. He died. I think he died last year.
Don't you think fitness though? It's some of the best. It's like the highest form of self-love you can really do. You're really, truly taking care of yourself, and you're
Yeah.
fighting to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And then I like to just say all-around self-improvement. Because look
I-
at everything you're doing. You're
I like-
doing the ice bath. You're doing the meditation. You're doing the
Yeah.
breathing. You know, that's taking care of your spirit, your
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
You know,
And I liked how I feel about myself. And not only that, like, it was crazy for
And
some
those things,
reason.
trust and believe, those things touch the spirit and the soul. Those breathing techniques and
Yeah.
those meditations and those deep prayers and really pushing yourself in the gym to a point that you haven't pushed your body and mind to before. It touches, it does. It really does bring you closer to the higher self.
Yeah. And the fact that I got clean and everything, and I've been on this journey, and I have an open mind. So then I started doing yoga, which I would have never did when I was younger, because I would have thought that's for girls or whatever.
I
But
used to say that yoga stretching.
so I went there, and I met a lot of people, and the guys that I'm working with down in Bryn Mawr, like, we all, like, we're all older. The one guy, me and him are the same age. We're like a month apart. And the other guy, he's in his 40s, I believe, and he is like fit. Like, he could do some crazy. He's crazy flexible. And so, like, now we're trying to think of ways how to incorporate longevity, and like, we're gonna build a special class. I can't even say it because I don't want nobody to steal it, but it's going to be the first, and I'm going to lead it. I'm going to lead it because they saw the potential in me. They see my, like, and another thing, like, I'm open-minded, so then I started listening to David Goggins,
Great guy.
Wim Hof.
Awesome.
There's
dude.
different people like that. During the pandemic, I actually thrived. I had a job that was deemed essential, so I was in this machine all day. I would just go to work, jump in my machine. I wouldn't come out to the end of the day. When I was driving to work, it was crazy because there was nobody on the road. So I listened to a lot of YouTube during that time, and I just listened to a lot of different things about health and nutrition. I do intermittent fasting. Like, I only eat twice a day. So, like, I started like figuring out what's best for me, for my body, like, in digestion, and like, I eat high protein, low carbs, and then some days, I eat whatever I want, and I feel so good, man. I just feel great, man. Like, when I leave here,
You deserve it.
I'm gonna do 4 o'clock hot yoga, man. I can't wait, man. Like, my flexibility, since I've been doing yoga over 2 years now, dude, I can do stuff that, and not to knock nobody, but the average person doesn't put no effort into their physical fitness. They think,
their steps counts as a workout. That's your normal day.
or
It's just walking.
they do go to the gym, but then they drink all weekend and they eat like crap because they're watching the games. They're watching, you know what I mean? So, like, they set themselves back. So they don't really get any better. And, like, there's a lot of people in their 20s, man, 30s. They're not nowhere near in the shape they could be in if they would put the effort into it.
It's a shame.
And like, the bottom line is, I don't know how long I'm gonna live. I don't know why I came up with this number. I want to live to 99. I don't know why, but I don't know why I didn't say 100. But I want to live to 99, and I want to be
Okay.
I want to be doing really good to the very end. I don't want no help. Maybe the last week
Yeah.
I'll take off. The last week of my life, okay, I need some help.
I'll pee
I'll pee on myself.
Yeah, I'll
and
pee
shit on myself the last week. But until then, I want to take care of myself. I don't know, man. I want to be independent. I want to hopefully have grandchildren one day and coach them and pass on to them, because I know my youngest daughter's starting to work out now.
Nice.
She's 21, and she's been watching me, and I was like, what made
Gotta
you?
tell her to come to kickboxing on Sundays, man.
I'll tell her.
Sunday kickboxing in Marlton. Every Sunday, open to the public, only $10.
And
You get it.
Yeah, man. I told her, hey, you got the genetics. She's already in shape. She's not just from not working out. I mean, she's working out.
Genetics, yeah.
Yeah, man. Both my daughters, man, they were track stars in high school.
Yeah. And they're not too far out of high school still.
Nah,
You
she's
know.
only
Yeah.
she's young, man.
Yeah, she still
But
got all
she
that
said
muscle
she's
memory.
been watching me. She was like, man, you know, like, she's like, and I know a lot of the days when they see me leaving, I'm like, oh, I'm going to hot yoga. Oh, I'm going to the gym. And they always say, good job, Dad. They always say that to me. I'm like, thanks. They say good job to me all the time. And they're like, wow. Like,
Yeah,
and then their friends, I
bet you
remember
love that, man.
when their friends used to come over when they were in high school, their friends would be like, damn, every time we come over, your dad's downstairs working out. Like, every time. I'm like, I care about this. I care about myself, man.
It's crazy.
This is
a
here's the
50-year-old
thing.
man has got 18-year-old boys that have the most energy and the most ability to probably be the strongest that they'll ever be, and
Mhm.
they're envying you
You
and
know what it is? I
not
think
doing it themselves.
I know I didn't appreciate what I had when I was young. I didn't appreciate it, and I'm older, so I'm like probably at least in the third quarter of my life, right? So now you start thinking, wow, man, I'm almost 60. Boom, boom, boom. Man, I appreciate every day. Every day's a gift, man. Like God has blessed me to go through. Man, I could have been dead. I could have been in jail for many years because drugs had me to the point where I was robbing drug dealers and stealing every day. I got to the point I was stealing every day. I was going into the store just taking, and my thing was I'm getting high today, no matter what,
Yeah,
because that takes over your life.
100%.
It makes you an
That's
animal.
your
I was an
purpose.
animal, and I used my size and intimidation to get what I wanted. You know what I mean? And now like, I don't know, man. People seem to like being around me, no matter what age they are, no matter what color or whatever. People, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe they feel my spirit, and I'm here to help, be part of the solution today, man. Make a difference, man. That's what I'm about today. That's not being a scumbag who's just selfish and wants to get what he wants at the cost of other people's happiness. Nah, if I have to get something by lying or doing something something dirty, some scumbag shit, nah, man.
I take a whole hell of a lot of pride in literally being able to tell everyone every moment of my day, even when I'm alone. There's nothing that I do that I couldn't scream from the rafters.
Right.
I don't do
How about that?
nothing weird, nothing, don't do nothing like that. Don't watch porn, don't do any of that goofy shit.
Let's talk about that real quick before we end.
Porn addiction is bad, dude.
That makes you weak.
It makes you real weak. Not only physically weak, but
Mentally.
hold on. Listen, mentally and physically weak. Your seed, every drop of sperm is like dropping. Bro, that's 8 drops of blood. Every time you shoot off, that's 8 drops of blood. 1 drop of that is 8 drops of blood, losing 8 drops of blood. There's a reason you fall asleep after every time you have sex and your woman's all wide awake. You just gave her your energy, bro. Like that is the download for life. That turns into a human being. It turns into you and me. That is power. That is strength. You should not belong shooting that shit and throwing it away. Get some fucking discipline, dude.
Discipline.
Next time,
That's
take a look in the mirror while you're in the middle of doing it and take a look at yourself and see how stupid you look.
Discipline.
And then maybe you'll stop yourself.
Discipline.
And if you believe God is watching, if you believe your ancestors, which is true, we are energy at our essence. Energy can't be destroyed, it can only be transformed. So, your ancestors died. And if you believe you can talk to them spiritually and you believe in that, well, guess what? They're watching you, buddy. Enjoy yourself.
But when you first get clean, we understand because you're not going to change overnight.
You can't do nothing overnight, dude. You're not gonna. It's not like
it's
you're
a
not
process,
bro. Listen, it's like everything, dude. You're gonna have some setbacks, some relapses, dude. That's life. You're gonna break bad habits. You've been committing bad habits for years.
Yeah, it's not gonna change overnight.
You got to break them. You can break them. You can fight them. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy and comfortable. It's gonna be a little uncomfortable, but trust me, it's for the better. Especially when you do that, your testosterone goes up 200 to 400% within a month. 200 to 400%. I promise you.
Wait, by not whacking off?
By semen retention. Yeah.
See, free testosterone. Don't give it
Dude,
away.
Your whole shit will change. I
Save it
promise
for
you, the way you
save it
look
for a
and
beautiful
think about
woman.
things. Yes. Seriously. That is life, man. That is life.
A high quality woman. How about that?
Yeah,
All right,
stay away from these skanks.
it's that time, man.
Stay away from them Broadway girls.
It's another episode. We just flowed. You know what I mean? And we will
Episode
see
18,
you
baby.
next Sunday. Peace out.